Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Lock and Load 2016 New Edition Celebration Staff Scrambles.
That's a lot of words you just said
Wasn't
right
it?
there.
Wasn't it good?
Yeah, it was
I didn't even stumble.
Almost sentences.
Almost.
So this time we are going to do a 75-point game between War Machine Horde's lead developer and designer Jason Souls and Tristan Cannon?
Yes.
Tristan Cannon, who is playing Tristan.
Yeah, he's got Tristan in his list, so it all fits together.
It does. And it's going to be a Khador versus Protectorate army.
Again.
Battle.
Yeah. It's like a rematch from last time, but grown in size.
This time the stakes are upped.
They are, because this is a 75-point game right here.
The Warcasters are different, though. We've got Jason with Commander Sorsha and Tristan with, well, Tristan.
No. He's got Tristan, the journeyman, but Tristan's working for Severius. Grand Scrutator Severius.
But the Tristan on Tristan portion is what's interesting to me.
It's true. Yeah. That's fair.
Anyway, you want to talk a little bit lists a little bit?
Let's talk lists. So in Tristan's army, we have Grand Scrutator Severius, Double Reckoners, and Blessing of Vengeance in his battle group. Then we've got Initiate Tristan Durant and 2 Redeemers who are going to be able to just wreck some carnage with that ROF-3 rocket launcher, Skyhammer cannon that they have. We've got 2 Vassal Mechanics, which are just critical to keeping that hefty battle group up and running. We've got a Vassal of Menoth, 2 Racks, a Choir of Menoth at full size, Visgoth, Juvia, Roven, and Honor Guard, and then Daughters of the Flame. So a largely heavy battle group-centric list here to celebrate the new edition and the changes to Warjacks that have come about it.
No doubt. And Jason Souls, on the other hand, is bringing fewer models, but they are bigger ones.
They are large.
He is running Commander Sorsha, supported by a War Dog and a single Conquest. So she's going to be getting her focus worth out of that thing for sure. And then on top of that, he has 2 Winter Guard gun carriages, so that's going to be a real problem for everybody, I think. Furthermore, he has Kovnik Joseph Grigorovich, a minimum 6-man unit of Winter Guard infantry, further supported by the infantry officer in standard, and 3 Rocketeers. And then to even add more Winter Guard, a field gun crew, and a minimum unit of battle mechanics who are going to be running around fixing all of these big models he's got.
That's right.
So Jason's got fewer options, but they are heavy hitting.
And I'm not going to lie, this may, if you look real close to this list, this might give you some indication of what to expect from future Winter Guard themes.
Oh?
Just a little bit.
Interesting.
So, as our players get underway, here we've got Jason Souls already deployed. No pre-deployment now for huge base models, so he just deployed those models alongside his normal deployment.
What is the scenario?
The scenario, again, is close quarters. So in close quarters, you've got 2 flags. The goal of the scenario is to dominate or control the flags in order to score 5 CPs or be the first to get a Warcaster or Warlock assassination. You score 1 CP for a friendly flag domination, 1 CP for an enemy flag control, and 2 CPs for an enemy flag domination as well. Killbox is in effect, so our players will want to make sure to keep their casters well outside of the 14-inch killbox range. And you can see here Tristan finishing up his Daughters of the Flame, who are advanced deploying, as Jason has no advanced deploy. Daughters of the Flame, an interesting change here in the new editions. They have gone down to Def 14, but they have picked up Stealth. So it's kind of a little bit of a tit-for-tat trade. They're a little easier to hit now, but they are way more difficult to hit if you don't have any kind of stealth mitigating properties on your ranged attacks. And see that Conquest powering up.
Jason is off.
You see the gun carriages and the Colossal Conquest running.
Straight up the middle.
Yep. It's just going to be a lot of big guns firing at that Protectorate line. They're not going to care too much about stealth.
And this game is 75 points for those asking in chat.
So this is effectively the new standard point level right now. You're seeing standard-sized armies.
Similar to 50 in Mark II.
Similar, yeah. Astute observers will probably notice that the army sizes actually look a little smaller. Part of that is because our players have focused more extensively on either Warjacks or large models. But in general, overall, a 75-point list in the new editions is a bit smaller in terms of model count overall. You can certainly skew to a heavy infantry spam, but it doesn't happen quite as often based on the changes to battle group points. So
Sorsha has cast Fog of War and Windrush.
So that'll give her a 6-inch advance, followed by another advance, just to get up there.
And the War Dog ends up, and I think that's probably Jason's turn.
Another interesting thing to note in the new editions is the fact that you cannot charge friendly models anymore. So if you want the extra distance on a charge, you have to be able to charge an enemy model. You can still charge something knowing you're going to fail, but there's no more charging friendly models to try
No
to
more stabbing your
eke out,
friends in the back.
an extra 3 inches to do something else crazy. So Tristan, considering his first turn here, he's powered up all of his Warjacks. All of his Warjacks in a under a battle group controller, which is both Tristan and Severius, will get that free focus as long as they're within their controller's control area. So
Somebody's asking about how the death clock is working here. Do we have any changes to death clock in this match?
no, this
it's
is
standard,
pretty much
isn't it?
exactly the same. We gave our players a bit more time just because it's a more casual game.
Right, but this is not a tournament standard time, though.
Traditionally, they would be sitting at a bit less of time. They would both have an hour rather than 75 minutes, but we gave them 75 minutes because of
We're just playing for fun today.
questions for the new editions. Yep.
That's also why we're allowing a few unpainted models in here. We usually don't do that on our streams, but
So Daughters of the Flame picked up Defender's Ward from Severius, which gives them +2 def and arm, which makes them a terrifying def 16 at the moment. Tristan finishes running those Daughters straight forward, trying to space them out to avoid the massive amounts of AoEs on Jason's side.
yeah, there are going to be a lot of templates next turn.
Yep, and the high explosive rule on the Conquest's secondary batteries is going to just ruin those Daughters' day because he doesn't really need to hit in order to kill them. He just needs to drift on them with POW 10s.
They get clipped, they're done.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Defender's Ward will give them a little bit of an additional boost, bringing them up to arm 14, but even still, it's not too difficult to roll 5s on 2 dice.
No, for sure. Some careful positioning going on now.
Choir of Menoth advancing up, getting ready to sing some prayers. So we've got no shooting. So Hymn of Passage, I believe that one is still. Yep. And Blessing of Vengeance is going to run, getting up on that hill, getting ready to use its Arc Node. It's the Reckoner now, running forward.
Taking that elevation as well.
Mm-hmm. Severius having that nice 16-inch control range.
Yeah.
Second Reckoner speeding around the corner there, getting on the road. Quick stack of focus here. Bring it up to Severius, who's going to have 6 left, I think, on him since he didn't allocate anything this turn. Power up more than taking up for that.
No, this turn's all about positioning.
Comes a Redeemer. See some shots going at the gun carriage. Just a bit outside. Some deviations now from the Rockets. 3 to the 3 to hit nothing.
Total miss.
4 to the 3 is going to hit nothing. So clip the gun carriage.
The gun carriage.
So POW 6 against arm 18. Oh, arm 20 now, so. Travis lamenting that he could have pre-measured everything.
He didn't think to. It's going to take some getting used to for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Rovin advances up. See which magic ability he decides to use from Rovin. Yep, decides to use nothing, although not anything that Rovin could do really mattered at this point. Sometimes it's still better to just use the abilities, whether they matter or not.
Might as well, right? You never know.
Just gets you in a good habit of thinking about it.
For sure.
There goes that. Looks like one of the Vassal mechanics. The Vassal of Menoth runs up. Remember that the vassal of Menoth is a bit different now. He's got Empower, which will give any faction warjack a focus point. He's got Arcane Bolt still, and he has Enliven now.
Jason is beginning.
But Enliven no longer ignores free strikes.
Jason's doing a little pre-measuring himself.
Check some rage. Looks like he might be going after that Redeemer.
Yeah. Let's roll up on the flank, see how that goes.
So you see a quick measurement on both sides to agree on what the distance here is. So no focus allocation from Sorsha, it looks like. Gun Carriage is going to charge a daughter.
Jason's been painting that army, but I think he told me it took him about 16 hours total on everything, which is shocking to me.
It's a lot of rivets to paint in 16 hours. So misses the daughter. On the impact attack, charge attack is boosted because of the cavalry rules now.
Yep.
So hits an 18, no problem. That daughter explodes. And momentum slams her back. Quick check on the momentum rules.
So
3 inches. Totally
smashes
mucks
into
her own friend.
daughter. And yes, Jason is really wearing that leather trench coat.
So POW 14, and that one also gets crushed. And here comes some shots. So shooting a choir boy with a rifle.
In the hall today.
Misses with the rifle. First gun. Can't shoot the jacks.
He's within 5, so he can make that stealth attack.
So 16 connects, but elevation stops that. So it goes 4 inches. I'll clip the daughter. Daughter gets exploded. Jack takes nothing. And then second jack, nothing. There's some serious rough terrain in the way.
For sure.
See another shell going at a daughter. That'll miss. It's going to go direction 6 for 5 inches.
5.
Probably less than that, though, based on the distance between.
True.
So a little over 2 inches at direction 6. And still clips the daughter.
Clips the daughter. Ooh, double 6s.
That'll do. And then reposition. I'm just going to get in there.
Pushing straight up to the center of the board. That was a strong turn from the first gun carriage.
That gun carriage just begging him to come forward. Here comes Big Papa with his huge cannons. Here comes the cannon.
That is a target-rich environment right there, too.
Woo! Destruction. Not a 12.
This is still
so 2
dead
inches
on the center of that pile, yeah.
Still does plenty of good work there. So AoE 4 should clip a whole bunch of folks.
Oh.
Choir boy survives it.
Yeah. Amazing me. I will miss all of you guys on listening to the podcast too. So thanks for listening for the past couple of years. It's been a lot of fun doing that. But I'd say you're in good hands. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No. Finish. You're talking about the game.
Severus takes some damage, but soaks it with reinforcing the power field. We're not in good hands. We're in Hungerford's hands.
I was going to say I feel like you're in good hands, but now you've got Hungerford, and that's on you really because you hired him.
It really is. And I can't control him. It's like trying to catch a greased up pig.
Accurate. A swamp pig. A swamp hog.
Swamp hog. Now that needs a theme song.
I love you too, Josh.
So we see secondary batter, shot, deviate, hit. No problem in eliminating a dodge thanks to high explosive. And, of course, boxcars itself.
Yeah.
Michael Plummer's School of War Machine. Roll better.
Hashtag Hungy Crime is more accurate. He is crimeful.
Source of Cash Windrush. Running away from the Jacks on the hill. I have the other gun carriage activate and charge. Thanks to Boundless Charge, giving +2 inches there.
Sweeping right in there.
So it gets +2 from the linear obstacle in the way, so it's going to be... we got boosted damage, or boosted attack roll from the cavalry rules now, rather than the old +2.
Another 6.
Slammed 3 inches. Sends him right into... Not entirely sure which model that is.
That is going to hurt next turn. And the Summit 3, this is
14.
not a tournament. Normally we don't stream unpainted models, but we're making one exception for today just because people are playing new armies and stuff with the new edition out.
33 on the total damage roll. So 16 total damage from that hit to the 2, or to the 6. So 16 damage on that poor Redeemer.
That's rough.
And 1 point to the other Redeemer who got slammed into as well. Now he gets to start shooting.
Yeah.
So here comes a rifle shot in the choir boy. And there goes the choir boy. And easy pickings here on the shell and the knockdown guy. Not snakes, so connects. All the rough terrain in the world. And then Jason just realizes he can't target the Jack because of Hymn of Passage.
And he is shelling Severius.
Might as well.
Ooh.
Not enough. So it's going to go to the direction 2, 3 inches. So see a quick measurement there. Place that rough terrain AoE right there. It's still going to clip. So the Exemplar from Roven. And then the Vassal also got clipped. And because he's base to base, he takes no damage from the 14 that just got rolled. So next cannon shot into Tristan, and that'll
right
hit
in the
no
face.
problem. Kaboom! Tristan himself is saying he didn't really see that coming. 21 will murderize
One
Tristan.
shotted right there. No scope headshot.
Bits
360.
of initiate Tristan Durant all over the place. Limbs scattered. Yeah, Jason.
Just a fine red mist.
Jason really likes to bring lists that are highly aggressive and kind of catch people off guard with how in your face he gets right away. His
he goes big.
His Protectorate one with the multiple Avengers is the same kind of idea where it's like by turn 2 he's on your half of the table and he doesn't really care if you're killing stuff. He just never slows down. From the Winter Guard, advancing forward. Here comes Covenant Joe advancing forward and giving the Winter Guard tough. Courage of the Forefathers. Walk it off, boys. Walk it off.
And someone from chat asks, is it correct that a model shield guards on AoE attack, when a model shield guards on AoE attack, the entire AoE now moves to center on the shield guard model?
I will check.
We are going to check on that for you.
I want to say so, but
There's a little bit of rules checking going on. Jason is checking up the rules on reactivating Jax. As he said, he still has a little bit too much Mark II in his head today from playing Mark II games all weekend so far. So to reactivate a Warjack, you just spend a focus point while in base-to-base contact with it. And that was what they're checking on.
our Infernals might disagree with me on this, but Shield Guard wording has remained largely the same, so I don't believe that anything has changed in terms of the AoE placement.
And yes, the rules are available for download. Loading up his Jax with focus is going to be a big turn.
Nope, after checking the Shield Guard rules versus the AoE attack rule in the rule book, it looks like the model directly hit has the AoE centered over it, and Shield Guard does say that the model that is Shield Guarding is directly hit instead. So the AoE should go over the model that Shield Guards now. If I'm reading that correctly, again, I would suggest going to the Infernals, though, because that's what those guys do. So Tristan trying to reposition and deal with everything that Jason threw his way this turn.
I don't think he saw losing that journeyman, that
No.
junior warcaster last turn.
Taking out two of his redeemers is just brutal. Those are 3 and hits. So 24, that's going to be 4 points. So trying to drop one of the gun carriages here as best he can. It's going to be pretty difficult for him to do, though.
So much rough terrain on the table now, too.
One of the big things that Tristan's working with in the new additions is the fact that Eye of Menoth is just a passive ability on Severius now. So everything within his control range is getting +1 to attack and damage rolls. The rack does explode after getting the focus pulled off of it. Tristan continuing where he's going to go next. All right. See a daughter, one of the last remaining daughters of the flame.
Charging the battle mechanics.
Might as well take him down. So Tristan, remembering pre-measure, he's going to go ahead and check before he declares. Goes after a battle mechanic, takes care of 2 of them. First stab.
He is.
It's quick.
And that's 1 battle mechanic down. And a second. Tristan is muttering about how he's going to kill that conquest.
It is no simple feat at this point. Certainly can't shoot it to death with the guns he has available. At least not this turn. So the Redeemers sack movement and action. See a quick check here to make sure that that's the case, but because the Redeemers had to be reactivated and were also knocked down, they basically have to forfeit both things. It's both movement and activation.
Yeah, Jason has just gained total control of the flow of this game so far.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan is definitely reacting.
So quick measurement on that rough terrain that he's in. So just in to be able to walk up and start macing that gun carriage there.
Yeah, Kuvenitz says, Souls has so much heavy armor, I don't think Menoth player has enough damage output to tackle this list. Which may be true, but you still always get that assassination.
So the choir give him a bit of a boost on the Reckoners, although
sure.
the Reckoner not. So don't roll Snake Eyes, and there it is. So first shot misses.
Ouch.
Second shot hits.
That's a POW 18.
So he didn't do the choir.
Good solid roll for Tristan there. Maybe he's getting some of Jason's luck finally.
Does hit. Let's see, Jason just marking off boxes like crazy. And the 5 more. That's not going to be enough to finish it off. Maybe he can get it if he spikes this.
Nope, not quite.
That's not going to be enough. Leaves it on 1. So it's got 5 left. Because it has 24 damage boxes now. Another slight change to the gun carriage in the new edition.
As Shiloh says, you don't need heavy warjacks to crack arm with Prime Severius. All you need is POW 14, Old Man Stick, and a dream. Will Tristan live the dream? We'll find out.
Tristan tried to live the dream and got blasted in the face by a massive cannon.
Well, other Tristan.
I feel like that's... I just said what I said.
Fair enough.
And it was accurate.
Fair enough.
All right, Tristan considering where to go next here. He's got 5 points left to get on that gun carriage. That rough terrain really messing with Tristan's plans here.
Yeah, there's so much board control in Jason's list, right? It's not just the big heavy hits.
Yep.
He's got ways to tell you where you're going to go.
Yeah, it can really shut down an army list, especially when you roll perfectly as Jason kind of did last turn.
It was a savage turn for him.
So quick consideration by Tristan on how he's going to deal with that really wounded gun carriage. If you can at least pull that one, it removes at least one giant threat in his face.
He won't get rolled up on both sides.
Quick check on the conquest. Tristan loving the pre-measurement. So we see a charge on that other Reckoner, trying to get through the rough terrain. Can just make it into max reach range, so 2 inches. Not snakes.
That
makes
does it.
Dice off
Yep.
2 does 8.
That's one gun carriage down.
Choir will activate. They're probably going to passage the jacks to stop the conquest from shooting them to death. So 1 gun carriage down, 1 to go, and a whole conquest. A bunch of angry Winter Guard. And that's going to be Tristan's turn.
I suspect this is going to be a feat turn for Jason, but we'll see what happens.
Jason considering what he's going to do here. So Fog of War goes away. Fog of War stays. Quick power up.
And here it goes. Probably going to see those Winter Guard coming into play a little more this turn now that they're up there.
Soul's letting Tristan know that he wants him to have less Warjacks by the end of this turn. Conquest is going to get 3.
Loading them up.
This is really what Jason wants to do right now.
You can tell he's excited. He's got that grin.
That's him breathing fire right there.
Yeah.
Just all over the table.
Like a dragon strike.
Yes. Like a massive dragon strike. All right. Jason considering. It's in the tank for a second.
Pondering.
Thinking. Gun carriage is going to go first. Gun carriage is a little penned in there, but can at least go up and start hitting people with its momentum attacks. Jason's going to whip around here. See if he's going to stay within that bodyguard. The guys are Cassian's melee range
He's
there.
got a whole lot of the army tied up right now.
Turned into directly face.
As Tristan says, bad things happened. I think they're about to.
All right, so Severus is going to get shot at by a gun carriage. So miss on the melee attack. Shooting with the rifle.
That's a hit.
Misses because Severus is defender warded right now.
Correct,
So
my mistake.
Def 16, arm 16 on the old man. Big gunshot. Missed.
But this is not going to deviate very far, so.
So just get set down.
17
takes
points.
1.
He takes the 1 point.
Mm-hmm. Tristan admits he doesn't know what else is coming and he's afraid. Warjacks take nothing. Jason lamenting he lost his touch since all of a sudden his dice aren't spiking as much. Mechanic explodes. Exemplar takes nothing. Exemplar takes nothing. It's a whole lot of rough terrain right there. Shoot him again. Oh, we're going to shoot the choir leader now. Miss. Oh,
that's a hit.
Does hit, so explode and safe.
Choir. One choir down.
I'll have to replace the leader there. So there we go. Choir goes down. Tristan noticing another change in the new edition, which is a little bit of a new one, that the command ranges on most units went down. So choir now command 6. So one of his choir boys was out of formation and unable to passage the reckoner on the far flank closest to us. Let's quick check on the field gun range. This field gun moves 4 inches. It's going to shoot. It's going to be short. Still got the Conquest. Grigorovich is going to go. Boosted attack rolls on the Winter Guard.
That is the For the Motherland ability, I believe.
And up come the Winter Guard.
Here it comes.
Blunderbusses and all.
And those 3 Rocketeers with them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Rocketeers are just incredibly dangerous now with Brutal.
They sure are.
With easy access to boosting from Grigorovich, they can definitely get some work done. Jason realized he forgot to move one of his mechanics.
So they're using their spray attacks. That is the Grape Shot once per game ability.
Mm-hmm. Just as devastating as it was in Mark II, thanks to the boost.
That's a POW 10. Jason's doing a quick rules check. It is still POW 12. And that is the end of that, daughter. So every model with the blunderbuss in the unit is going to get the grape shot attack.
No grape shotting rockets.
Sad but true.
All right. Travis being a buddy and helping Jason hold the spray template. Just going to hit one. That'll hit.
17-point hit. He is done.
Just 1 point on the exemplar.
Oh, it was just 1 point.
Mm-hmm. That's going to miss. And rockets a coming.
Rockets have a 14-inch range, starting with the one on the back.
So looking for a lucky deviation. Another rocket.
Second rocket at the same jack.
Not the jack, the choir. Can't shoot
My
the
mistake.
jack. Now he hit the
Hits
jack.
the jack, though.
There you go. You were right. You just had foresight.
I am psychic. It's true.
Rocket of the choir boy. Hits 12. And that'll be one
done.
dead choir boy. He joins Tristan in the pile of bloody bits. Repositioned from the command attachment.
Winter Guard are repositioning.
Quick reposition here. Tristan asking for clarification if the rules on models out of formation changed at all, and they have not, really. The trooper gets the option to either advance or run directly toward their unit leader. So here comes that battle mechanic running directly toward. So battle mechanic swinging on a blessing and failing miserably.
But he's there to tie him up, so
He's just hanging out, having fun. Sorsha still left to go. Activating now. Boundless charge.
Yep.
Onto the conquest. Tristan exclaiming that he feels ashamed because he forgot she had boundless charge. And here comes
Here
the
it
conquest. Wrecking Ball Red. Brrr. hand. Quick check to see.
They are both in melee.
So this is going to be
This is
ugly.
gonna be brutal.
Conquest busting holes, as Hungerford would say.
That was a thing last night.
Busting
wasn't it?
holes.
Busting holes.
Busting holes. Big red wrecking ball busting holes. It's like, why, hello, Reckoner. I just keep picturing the abominable snowman from Looney Tunes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
wants to love and hug the rabbit. Hello, bunny rabbit.
I like the Looney Tunes frog, which brings us back to hashtag Frogbox.
Hashtag Frogbox. There are no frogs, thank God.
They might be in that swamp.
They're probably hanging out, just at the bottom. Little tadpoles. Their nests getting disturbed right now. So that left him with 3 boxes after the first 2 fists, and that will finish off that jack. Buys an attack.
It's always
the other
rough
one.
watching your heavy go down that fast.
Just a couple hits, and it's
Yeah.
like it's over.
Just scrap.
So it's going to be 10 points to the other Reckoner. Still got 1 attack left with a focus. So no systems out yet. Last attack. Does hit.
32 points.
Going to be 13 points to the 5. Woof.
Yikes.
So the right arm's gone. And that is just not what you want.
That is going to be a rough turn for him to recover. And Sorcha hasn't even feeded yet.
I mean, at this rate, she may not need to. Yeah, right arm being gone pretty much removes any hope he has of dealing any significant damage to that conquest. Power up happens. Blessing of Vengeance is not in control range, so that's going to be a huge issue this turn. So it'll be bereft of its focus point to be able to run.
Of course, he has the War Dog there for a counter charge should it be needed.
Mm-hmm. Just to get in and tie up that arc node. So Tristan, considering what he's going to do here, doesn't have a whole lot of options. Everything's in rough terrain or tied up by conquests. So question if you can afford a free strike. So 1 focus goes on the Reckoner. Redeemers get loaded up with focus. Leaves Severus with 4.
Quick rules check there. This is definitely a make or break turn for Tristan. And Tristan is claiming that the counter-charging dog has ruined his plans, so...
Likely looking to cast a death sentence on Sorcha to allow him to reroll misses. So Fog of War is still up.
Yep.
So here we go. Vassal's going to move in. Arcane Bolt the dog. Connects. All right.
That's a hit.
Can he take him out?
Nice.
That'll do outside of a tough roll. Dog is dead. That's animal cruelty right there.
That's sad times. ASPCA is going to be coming for Tristan. Win or lose.
Just blasting a dog apart with magical lightning.
It's rough, man.
bolt.
Harsh.
Choir going next. Should see the Hymn of Battle coming out finally.
Mm-hmm.
The out of formation trooper runs forward. And we got the battle. Rovan and Co. going next. He's probably looking for Eyeless Sight, I would imagine. So Menoth Sight will allow a model to basically gain Eyeless Sight and then ignore concealment. Reckoner looks like it's going to be out of range to gain my Eyeless Sight or Menoth Sight, so Front Reckoner will get it instead. That'll allow him to ignore the +2 concealment bonus.
That's a hit. POW 11 Weapon Master hit.
That'll do.
That's solid.
3 points. Not bad. Severus going next. Maybe. Other
Jason
exemplar
reminding
now
us
going to
one
go.
more exemplar. Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
That's what you need for damage now. That's going to be nothing.
Not quite there.
Not enough. Not enough. All right. Blessing is going to take a wrench to the face, apparently. Boop.
That hits.
All right, Mechanic. Show him what you
Do it
got.
with the wrench.
Not
Nope,
enough.
nothing enough.
Of course, no shield bonus on that because it is a backstrike.
Severius is activating.
So Vision goes on the Reckoner, which will allow it to basically stuff this free strike it's going to take when it advances out of the Conquest's melee range to try to get a shot on Sorsha.
Huh. He's trying to maneuver around, but the flag's in the way, maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
the
he
flag
couldn't-
looks like it's going to be in the
couldn't quite
way of
pull
the
it off. It
Reckoner.
looks like. He's going for it.
Jason's still going to take his free strike roll just because he wants it.
Jason hit with the free strike.
So Vision expires and prevents the super massive, awesome hit of Doom from busting a hole in his frog box.
Right in the frog box.
Yeah.
Wow. That's got to hurt.
Tried to punch him right in the frog box. Busting hole.
Busting holes in the frog box.
So he
You
did
would say
make
that?
it
Oh.
in range. Needs a 13 to hit. That's not
That's
going
not
to do
it.
it because that is a 10. So needs some good Redeemer shots here. Could still do it.
Source is rocking what, Def 18 right now, though?
I think so, yeah.
Jason's
So
letting him
first one
reposition a little bit as a gentleman's
up
agreement.
after the,
He's going for the Hail Mary here.
Pre-measuring. Just continue to forget that he can pre-measure before he declares. That'll... So 15, actually.
Almost hit, but not quite.
So clips her. So boosting on Sorsha. POW 8s from Hymn of Battle.
So POW 9.
And remembers I Menoth is 15. Not bad.
19 damage.
So she takes 4. That'll leave her with 12. She's 16 hit points.
I got it.
17 hit points, so that'll leave her with 13.
One more point. Second rocket firing now. That's a miss. 3 inches to the 4.
That probably drop off of her, but it'll hit a bunch of...
Might clip some Winter Guard.
Yep.
No damage.
So no damage there.
And that guy's done.
Goodbye, Winter Guardsman.
Just a greasy smear.
Boost, and it'll miss. Three. That will also probably get off her. So lighten up the Winter Guard, but
Not getting it on Sorsha.
so officer goes down. 14 should
And
kill
the
the
flag.
standard. Jason's sad about this. 'Cause now many of his Winter Guardsmen are out of formation. So next, Redeemer's going to saunter up through the rough terrain, trying to get in range. He's really got to get some serious rolls done here.
He's doing his best with what he's got to work with, but he is handicapped at this point.
All right, here's the measurement. First deviation, 3 inches is too much. Yeah, he's looking for a 2 or a 1 on the deviation distance if he's going to be able to clip
Yep.
Sorsha at all. Comes the boost. So tough roll for Joe.
He's
Joe is dead. Tristan lamenting the giant conquest that's still in his face. So that's going to be too much again. Oh, maybe. Clips her. Boost damage. Needs a huge spike here. So roll trip 6s, Tristan. Trip 6s. I'm going to leave her with 1.
I could do it.
Do it. Do it. Trip 6s.
No.
Still a good roll.
It is a good roll.
6 points.
She's getting down there.
It's only got 1 rocket left, though. Hits
Clips.
her. All right.
This could be
Spike it. Spike it, Tristan. Spike it. Triple 6s. That's huge. That will do it. Down to 3. Oh. So close. Unfortunately, I think Tristan's out of attacks at this
That's
point.
just about everything, I think.
He's got himself a vassal. Couple of racks.
He definitely rallied that turn, though.
He did. He made Sorsha think about things. And I don't think he popped his feet either.
No, he did not. Fog of War is not being upkept.
Yeah. Yep. We really needed that flare from the Reckoner.
Yeah.
Would have caused a couple of those rockets to direct hit, and that would have done it.
Yeah, losing all those jacks early in the game has definitely hurt him.
Yep. So we got Severus just sitting out there. Priestly vestments in the wind, as it were.
Flapping regally.
Yep. Under his, over his, desiccated, bony
Old man
corpse body.
skin, yeah.
Liver spotted and
Like a-
gray.
Like an old hot dog left in the sun. Leathery.
Or any kind of convenience store hot dog that you might see on a normal
True,
day.
yeah.
It's like it's been on the roller way too long.
It's all shriveled up and...
So you see the Winter Guardsman that's out of formation. Because his leader, you see Jason's leader is way in the back there, which is part of the reason he was lamenting so much the officer being out.
Yeah, he's got to reposition pretty heavily
it just
now.
pulled all of his Winter Guardsmen basically out of the fight.
They're in the swamp, or as I like to call it, the frog box.
They are just hanging out in that slimy pond. So here comes a wind rush from Sorsha. Apparently Jason wants to just do this with Sorsha alone.
He's going in for it.
He's going to freeze, maybe?
Oh, he's got to be feeding here.
Mm-hmm. So quick check. Looks like Severus will be in control. So here comes
Jason
the feet.
has feeded.
Stationary for all models in her line of sight.
Boundless charge.
Boundless charge on Sorsha just to get to Severus. Because, like I said, Jason wants to finish this off personally.
He got those early big rolls in the game, but maybe he'll choke now.
You know, one of the things people might not have noticed, but that shot kind of showed, is that the Sorsha Jason is using is actually from the original battle box.
Oh, is it the original one? That was
Yes.
my first Sorsha, too, actually.
That's the original Sorsha from the very first battle box
2003.
in Mark 1.
Yeah.
So that model has seen a lot of years.
So auto hit and shatter. Shatter is
Holy
weapon
cow.
gains an additional damage die against stationary models. So
So
Frost Fang just hits like a freight train now.
Especially when you roll trip 6s and a 4.
God damn it, Souls.
This is supposed to be about the attendees, Soul, not about you making yourself feel like a big man.
He's boosting it.
All right, here we go. 1 off on the damage roll. So 15 straight points. I'll take 10. So 10 points leaves Severus with 5. 5 whole points in Severus.
Gun carriage is activating.
Gun carriage is going to smash into him.
Auto hits.
So Severus goes 2 inches from momentum, which plugs him into a Redeemer, it looks like. And that'll be Severus.
That is game.
As splattered against that Redeemer. So Jason
Brutal.
Souls proving that he is not a nice man.
No, he's
and,
not a nice
just
person.
Steamrolling attendees left and right
He's a jerk.
with his crazy skew lists of gun carriages and conquest that nobody would have seen coming.
That was a rough list.
So kudos to Tristan for putting up a great fight, almost getting Sorsha at the end.
He almost
with
got it. That last
Hail
turn of
Mary.
his was impressive. Like,
It was. He got
he
Sorsha
came
down
close.
to 3 and just missed a
Slightly
couple of
higher
key
roll.
dice rolls, and that was it. So we'll be back with more Staff Scramble action here very soon. So
Thanks
stick
for
with
watching.
us. And thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.
Cheers.